Well, what is it?
Huh?
You've been staring at the same verse for 20 minutes. Did you find something?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, don't keep me hanging in suspense. What little spicy secret does the Bible hold? Read it, or will it burn your tongue?
Paul's letter to the Philippians 3:21. He will transform the body of our humiliation that it may be conformed to the body of his glory.
All that build-up, kind of a downer. It sounds so biblical.
Well, it's in the Bible. But just think about it though. Transformed, glorious.
Howie, there's nothing wrong with your body, except those shoes.
But I mean, well, that's our whole problem, right? Bodies, appetites.
I'm listening.
No, you're not.
Of course I am. Tell me more about humiliating bodily habits.
Forget it. Just no. What have you got?
A whole lot of nothing. First Chronicles 3:21. The sons of Hananiah, Pelatiah and Josiah, his son Raphiah, his son Obadiah, his son Shechaniah. It's as exciting as reading an ancient phone book. Or this one. Book of Judges 3:21. Then Ehud reached with his left hand and pulled the sword from his right thigh and thrust it into Eglon's belly. The hilt went in after the blade, and the fat closed around the blade, and the dirt came out.
Oh, gross. That's in there?
Oh, it's in there all right. How can they call this the good book?
Well, you know that was the Old Testament.
Oh, you know what I read? Those words, testament, testify. You know where they come from? Testes, testicles. This old Greek custom of speaking out in court. And if I'm lying, I'll put these on the line.
You're making that up.
No, I'm willing to testify. I read it in one of these commentaries here when Abraham made the servant swear and put a hand up his robe. Here, I'll show you.
No.
I meant I'll look it up in the...
We haven't got time for that. What about Genesis? Did you check Genesis 3:21?
And then the Lord made garments of skins for the man and for his wife. And the Lord said, let there be leather.
Quit kidding around. Keep looking.
Well, no, but we could put these two together. This and what you found about the body of humiliation, all wrapped up in tight leather. Forgive me.
Ow! Look, this is serious, all right?
Hopping through the Bible, cherry-picking passages numbered 3, 2, 1. It's like a church camp game. Oh, sorry, campers, it's raining again, but guess what?
But it is gonna rain. Rain fire and consume every inch of the planet tomorrow, March 21st, 3-2-1.
A little bit on the nose, don't you think? 3, 2, 1. It's like a clearance sale commercial. Speaking of which, I wonder...
Everything must go.
There's this jacket I've been looking at for weeks.
The signs were all there. Earthquakes, blood moon, sun black as sackcloth, all in the same pattern. 3, 2, 1.
And when the Bills won the Super Bowl, that clinched it, right? Score of 21-3.
3-21. And people need Father Larry to explain why God chose this date.
I guess because he thinks we're children. I mean, 3, 2, 1, and yes, I know we're all God's children, but does he have to be so patronizing?
I think it's a good date.
Well, I'm sure that God will be relieved that you approve of his choice of when to roast you.
I mean, well, it doesn't feel random. People are scared, but they'll feel better if they're told it was part of a plan all along. And that's what Father Larry needs to do in his final sermon. Convince them of that. And what better way than with just the right Bible quotes numbered 3, 2, 1?
But think about it. We hear this date and then go digging through scriptures, picking bits to take out of context and create a fake prophecy.
But who's to say there's not a real prophecy here in the Bible? Maybe God knew from the start 2 guys would spend the last night searching their Bibles and find the perfect words for 3, 2, 1. And then manipulated some other guys in the past to write things in a certain sequence.
And then caused some other ancient guys to invent numbers and this calendar? God did all that to get you and me together in this tiny little room tonight. Really makes you think.
All right, knock it off.
No, I think you're onto something here. Before the earth and the stars and the moon and the seasons, before time itself, God was already thinking about us, you and me, this conversation. And I hope that after all that work God has riveted, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Fine. Go ahead and kid about it. But you and me, even if it's the last thing we do, we can find a message of comfort. So when people gather tomorrow, they can feel like they're part of a plan. And that the plan is good.
Well, I for one still think the plan could use some work. A total destruction in March, just when I'm ready for spring? I think this plan could use a second opinion, a fresh pair of eyes. I mean, did the rest of the Trinity...
It's God's
Did the
plan.
Holy Ghost sign off on this? Because he always struck me as the more understanding one. Empathetic, like Jesus' affirming uncle.
And you and I debating it won't change God's mind.
After all the work he did to arrange this conversation? And why do people want to spend their last day in heaven, last day on earth in church anyway? Don't they have anything better to do?
Like buying yourself a new jacket.
What? Oh, no, I was trying to say that I've seen it for weeks, and it would look really good on you, and I can show you
More
where...
important than church?
You can wear it to. Well, it is a little bit bold for church, but sure, last service ever, why not let God see you looking fabulous? Maybe it would change his mind. You could save the world in that jacket, and I bet it's on sale. A fire sale.
I'm not thinking about a jacket right now.
No, you're thinking about old folks in neat little rows when it gets scorched alive.
And not being afraid. That's the whole point of religion, to stay calm in the face of death. Instead of letting their, church lady demons loose, they want to gather, sing, and pray together, reminding God that we're not just animals.
Ugh, still, it's so depressing. Thanks a lot, Howie. Only you can make the apocalypse sound depressing.
Well, why are you here? If that's how you feel, why spend your last night on earth in this basement? You've got something better to do? Some final wish? Don't let me stop you.
I just couldn't have any fun out there knowing that you were here alone in this closet where we've been together all these years.
It is a closet, isn't it? I call it the office, but you're right, it's a storage closet.
Just big enough for two. Two crazy bachelors, huh? Who spend their Friday nights in the closet.
Well, it beats the alternative. Mother doesn't want me around during her Friday night euchre games. She'd probably just make me stay in my room.
What? Your mother can make you stay in your room?
I guess that does sound childish. I used to bake stuff, bring tea and cakes for the game, and in the kitchen I'd listen to the moms complaining about their husbands. Sometimes sort of pretend it had a dad for a mother to gripe about. But then as I got older, she was griping about me, being such a homebody.
Wait, that's the word she used? Homebody?
Something like that. I'd come out with a tray and this awful hiss. Tss, 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 tss. Apron, apron, if I forgot to take it off. And then one day when I was 20, she grabbed the teapot and threw it. Porcelain lily pattern, so smooth, shattered, jagged. I went to pick up the pieces. She grabbed the broom and chased me out of the house. Locked the door. And I sat there on the porch swing crying for hours before I realized I still had the apron on. And she was right. What was I doing? Friday nights decorating cakes for a bunch of church ladies? Eavesdropping and pretending I had a life? She wanted me out dating, but just thinking about it made me... So, I went to Father Larry and told him what happened, and he said I'd be safe here and he could use a research assistant, find Bible quotes for his Sunday sermons. And I do feel safe. Safer than I felt anywhere.
You are safe here.
No, I even thought about joining a monastery. Bunch of monks baking and talking about books.
Sounds heavenly. What stopped you?
She needs me. Her condition. And now she can't even hold a broom, a kettle. Her hands, all they can do is grip 5 cards. A death grip. And you started coming, and now, 4 years? Here on Friday nights like a couple of monks.
Secret double life, Friday night fires.
Yeah, kid all you want, but I think about it. Sometimes at the jewelry counter, Oh yes, it matches your eyes, but don't you want to see a bigger stone? And sometimes in the middle of a sale, I think about this. 2 more shifts than Friday night here. And we don't even have to talk, just digging through these old books.
Hey, wait, rewind. Are you saying that instead of digging through these dusty books, we could be baking?
And sometimes I like you better in silence.
I'd bake you under the table. Any table, any time.
All right, that's
Hot cross buns, muffins, cakes, any shape, you name it.
That's enough.
And I've got aprons in colors your mother never dreamed of.
All right, enough. Now I wish I never told you that. Let's just get back to work.
My kitchen, 2 blocks away. Convection double oven. I'm just saying. And now back to the dusty books. Dusty books. Oh, here's one. Perfect. Done. Isaiah 3:21. The signet rings and the nose rings. Well, this sermon basically writes itself. God's angry that we've forsaken leather and piercings.
No, I don't
No?
think...
Or do we just feel guilty for disappointing our Creator? Do you have any?
What? Piercings? Obviously not.
Well, obviously they're not on your face, but that doesn't
That's
mean...
disgusting.
Well, you're the one with body humiliation issues. Maybe you just need a little sparkle.
Do you have piercings?
I'll never tell.
Fine. Good. Don't.
You never strip me naked and search me.
I said fine. I don't want to know. I didn't mean to ask. It was a reflex. Polite.
It's not very polite to shower. Is that a reflex too?
I'm sorry. Sorry. We're running out of time. Here's one. A voice is heard, the plaintive weeping of Israel's children, because they have perverted their way. They have forgotten the Lord their God. Jeremiah.
Hey, I'm working the Old Testament.
Well, apparently you missed that one.
And you think that's God's final message to planet Earth? Blame the, oh sorry, birds and butterflies and lilies of the field. Some people are perverts. And God's going to tear down this whole thing because some human beings whose feelings God himself invented. And why is God so obsessed with sex? God, who invented the heavens and the earth and the stars and all that and put us here. For what? To generate fantasies? God can't come up with his own dirty dreams?
But don't you see? Yeah, God gave us desires, but also the will to overcome them. Like Mother says, it's a test. We might be animals, but we don't have to behave like animals, not led around by our appetites. She says we can be better than that. And now tonight is our last chance. We get through one more night without
what?
I don't know, without doing something wild, and then we're free. New bodies, no more humiliation. But you can't get your mind out of the gutter.
Well, I say your mother can cram a teapot on it. This is our
Stop.
last night.
Don't talk about my mother.
I'm sorry.
Hey, back off. Don't touch me.
I must be getting tired. It's like the walls started closing in on our little closet.
Yeah, about that, let's just call it the office.
Right, the office.
Are you two okay down here? I heard raised voices.
We're fine, thank you. I didn't know you were still here.
Where else would I be?
Out?
No, things are pretty wild out there. And I'm needed here. Preparations for the service, the leaflet. Wow. Last ever church bulletin, you know, and I've been messing with the layout pattern for hours. But still I know all the old folks will want is just plain traditional, like it's always been. They'll take comfort in that.
Yeah, like it's always been. This last day isn't a time for anything impulsive.
Oh, no, and I keep staring at the announcements, upcoming events. Blank. Just a blinking cursor. No more potluck, no more book club, AA meeting, choir practice. Just a cursor on the empty future. Blink, blink, blinking with seconds away.
Well, why not just say it'll keep going? I mean, what do people have to do next week in heaven anyways? Am I right? Bible studies and sing-alongs?
You're so funny.
Actually, I find it kind of depressing.
How'd you get to be so funny?
I spend a lot of time alone talking to myself.
And your head is just full of humor?
It's full of depression, with just a little humor to keep it alive.
Right, well, if you need anything, I'm upstairs, waiting for you to come up and say you've chosen the passage. Roland, have you?
We're doing our best. There's a lot of Bible to cover.
Right, but I thought you might be thinking of an Easter theme. With it being the end and all, maybe Easter. I even wore my new Easter dress. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
very
lovely.
flattering.
You know, it's a last chance. Easter.
Oh, Easter.
You weren't thinking about Easter.
I've had a lot on my mind.
You look tired. Are you tired? Could I get you some coffee?
Coffee, yes, of course. I'll have a cappuccino with just a whisper of cinnamon, and he'll have a caramel macchiato.
Just black for me, thanks.
Extra cream, extra sugar.
I know how you like it.
Well, does she?
Does she what?
You know how you like it?
Oh, I was just horsing around. You know all she does is church coffee anyways. Water with a little bit of brown in it. And that awful powder that, well, maybe it was milk when Moses was young, but now it's just like it came from the shrunken cows of Egypt. And yet, when it clumps into those little chunks, it's like marshmallows and hot cocoa. I love it.
Yeah, that's why I take mine black. But I meant, does she know how you like it?
Oh, no, of course not.
What do you mean, of course not?
Well, she's not really my type. That old busty bombshell thing doesn't really, whatever, ring my church bells.
So what was all that about Easter?
Oh, that was years ago. I didn't think she'd even remember. Back when Betty started, we used to kid around, playful. And then this one Easter social, she kept bringing me punch with a little extra punch in it. I realized the next day when my head was like, whew, bang.
And did something happen between the punch and the woo, bam?
Well, as people started to leave, she said that there were some baskets in her office that she forgot to give out. So I go in, and she grabs me, groping, kissing, grips my wrists, and puts my hands on her. I felt so violated.
And did you do the, I don't know, it?
No, of course not.
There's that of course again. What do you mean of course not? She's a very attractive woman.
Uh-huh.
What?
Well, are you attracted to her?
I just said that she's a very
You
attractive
said she's a very attractive woman, like it's an objective fact. But are you attracted to her?
I don't know. I never. But you know, she's got nice. You know.
Nice what? Hooters? Knockers? Honkers? Bosom?
Fine, whatever you call them.
And do you want to put your hands on them? Bounce them around? Burrow in? Nuzzle?
I don't know.
Well, how do you not know? You said she's attractive. Are your hands attracted to honk her honkers?
I don't know.
Well, you better figure it out, man, because I think she's looking for one last honk before the...
I don't think of women that way.
Oh?
I mean, like, you know, not like a. I just meant like a piece of meat, okay? You were talking about her body, like, but that's not. She's a person. She has feelings.
Yes, and a body and an appetite. And that Easter Sunday, she was hungry like the wolf. I'm the victim here who got treated like a piece of meat.
Is that why you did it? Because she was too hungry? I mean, you seem like someone who's pretty comfortable, who's been around. Have you?
Oh, well, now I wish we brought slippers and twizzlers and have a slumber party spill about who we've kissed.
What would we need Twizzlers for?
But no fans to make straws, silly.
Well, we don't. We're not. You know what? Fine. Let's play. You go first. First kiss, you tell me right now.
Slow down there, sailor. You want to play, you go first.
It's your game.
I brought the imaginary twizzlers, which you didn't even think of. You go first.
I don't. You wouldn't know her.
We went to the same school. I knew everyone you knew.
Yeah, right, and all the girls used to follow you around in the halls. It wasn't like that for me.
Because you let your mother pick out your shoes. But you're changing the subject. Who was this nymphet vixen kissed your innocence away?
I don't remember her name, but she was, you know.
You've never been kissed.
I have.
Maybe you've put your mouth on someone before, but you've never been kissed. You would know, you'd remember.
All right, fine. Whatever you say. So, your turn.
Oh, me? I kissed everyone. In school?
Mr. Popular.
More like Mr. Bored and Mr. Curious, but, you know, one girl after another. I was the king of first base. And I think, right, now it's time to steal second, slide into third. And I kept waiting for a kiss to work, you know? Curl my toes, tingle my neck hairs. Maybe Jane, maybe June, maybe Jean. And I never felt safe at first base. And I didn't want to go farther until it felt right.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
It may be hard, but I'll affirm your effort.
Anyway, you're talking about kisses, right? And you're my age, 30, and you've never gone all the way?
Howie, you got this all backwards. You are my age, and you've never gone all the way. I went all the way, but it was touchdown? You see, I realized baseball, home plate, wrong sport, wrong league.
Oh. You know what? I think maybe this is too personal.
If I'd honk the church secretary over a desk, it's not too personal, but this is?
We're running out of time.
We're running out the clock.
I mean to get back to work.
Right. Bible passage, 3:21. Hey, you want to know something funny? My favorite line in the whole Bible is Mark 3:21, but you haven't even mentioned it. Here, go on. Find it.
Sure, yeah, of course. Get us back on track. Let's see. Mark 3:21. Yeah, I just don't really see a connection.
Read it.
When his family heard it, they went out to restrain him, for people were saying, "He has gone out of his mind." Well, Jesus' family didn't understand him, but now plenty of people do, so problem solved.
Every time I read that verse, it's like, Jesus, why can't you just be a builder? Why can't you get married and settle down? They couldn't see. Nobody could. Even his friends. Jesus, why don't you take up a sword and fight the Roman Empire? He didn't fit their expectations. He was so much more, but they kept pushing him to conform to their image of greatness. So they thought he was crazy.
So, I'm guessing your family not fans of football?
Well, let's just say that I didn't get caught in an apron and chased out with a broom. If I'd stopped to cry on the porch, I'd be dead.
You ran away. Yeah, I remember. But why'd you come back?
Because this is my home. Wherever you go, you have to live with yourself. And if so much of myself was a fear of here, then I'll never make that or beat that in San Francisco or Miami. I mean, the only place I can face that is here. This town, this church, this closet.
But we can. I mean, you can win and face it. Not let it drag you down, defeat you. All right, fine. We, us, you and me, our little soap opera. There, I said it. Maybe I've never been kissed, but I know what this is. I think about it every day, spending the whole week replaying the last episode in my head until finally it's Friday night again. Here with you. You think it's easy? It's not supposed to be easy, Mother says. But that'll make it so much more. Just one more night on the straight and narrow.
But what if just once you looked her in the eye and you told her...
Here we go. One black, one extra cream, extra sugar.
Betty, I'm gay.
But I just made coffee. It was only gone 10 minutes.
I've known for quite a while. And the coffee is fine. I mean, it's awful, but that's not your fault.
So, you weren't kidding about cappuccino?
Nope. And you're great, but no on the Easter whatnot festivities.
Oh, that's why. Oh, well, anyway, that's a relief. I mean, I was so embarrassed. You seem like such a good guy, not married, and I thought, well, I kept thinking you were gonna ask me out, and you didn't, and I can talk about this in front of him, right? Since he's a cappuccino man too.
Whoa.
Oh, here, take a napkin. And I've never been so forward. I didn't know what to do. No one told me how to make a first move. What you must think of me, I'm not what you must think.
I didn't give it much thought.
Oh, what a relief. I feel so much better. Like I would have to take that to my grave, but I feel so much better now that we can talk about it, and oh, wow. I finally see it now. Oh, and I want you to know, you two down here, your secret is safe with me.
There's no secret.
Yeah, why should you have to keep skulking around in the dark? This is a church. We're here to celebrate love, and your love is special too.
We're not. I'm not.
It's okay, you don't have to hide. I mean, you can't, everyone knows about you anyway.
What?
Oh, you know, don't you?
No, what?
That you live with your mother, sing in the choir, floral arrangements, chair of the Christmas decorating committee, and you know, dapper.
Well, that doesn't prove anything.
Does your voice sound different inside your head from how it sounds to the rest of us? I'm just curious.
How should I know? What do I sound like, Dorothy to you? My voice is... Anyway, I appreciate that you, accept people the way they are, but I'm fine the way I am. I'm happy.
Yeah, but not happy.
Thank you for the coffee. Plain black, nothing fancy, the way I like it.
There I go again. Open mouth, insert foot. You finally figure out one embarrassment and I just step into the next. And you know what?
I'll be fine.
I'm not sorry. There. I'm not going to spend my last few hours obsessively hand-washing over this, especially since really, I think I'm in the right here.
Well, you can... Whoever thinks that, I'm all right, fine, with who I am.
Well, I certainly hope so, because everyone who thinks they know, we all think you're great. We love you the way you are, or aren't, I guess. So it'd be pretty sad if you couldn't love yourself, especially now with time running out. For all of us. And regardless of personal preference, I'm upstairs.
It's not a preference.
Well, if there's no cappuccino here, there's hot coffee.
Noted. Thank you.
All right, you two. Father Larry's going to be here soon to work on his sermon. Let me know when you have those Bible verses selected for the leaflet.
We will. Thank you.
And that didn't sound musical to you?
Thank you.
All right.
She's right, you know, about everybody, the way they feel.
Well, thanks, everybody.
The way we feel, I feel. You said I should go if I had anywhere I'd rather be this last night, but the only place I want to be is where you are. Even if it means in this dingy basement when, seriously, my apartment's only 2 blocks away, but you and me, together, digging through these dusty old books. If this is what you want.
Mother said I have a choice. Wait, stop.
No, sorry, correction. Anywhere but my last moments arguing with your mother.
She said I could choose to get through one more day, one more night, and meet God. Pure, blameless, a winner. But that's not true. It's a loss. A whole life lost. Wasted. And then what is this all for anyway? The world and sun and moon and stars? I do have a choice. Oh, is that all it takes to shut you up?
Hello? Roland? Howie? Beloved, if our hearts do not condemn us, we can be bold before God.